It's a great privilege, but flying standby can be very stressful. Recently, I was trying to get home on a flight that was extremely full. It didn't look good at all for me to get on, and yet I was not feeling real well, and all I could think about was get home, put my pajamas on, and rest. I stood off to the side and watched all the other passengers casually, confidently walking onto the plane. I felt dismayed. I thought, there is so little chance of me getting home today. How should I pray? I wanted to pray just a purely selfish prayer. Lord, let me get on. What came to my mind were these verses in 1 Peter 5. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of God, so that at the proper time he may exalt you, casting all your anxieties on him because he cares for you. That word casting brings strong images to my mind. Someone who's casting off things that they do not need. Years ago, I made an acronym for the word cast. The letter C stands for cast. I want to get rid of all those anxieties and fears that are weighing heavily on me. Holding on to these fears and anxieties is not God's desire. A is for asking. I do have to open my mouth and ask God. I can ask for great things or small things. God truly cares about everything. I can also always ask for peace for whatever happens in my circumstances. S stands for submit. In the end, I have to submit my will and my ideas to God's perfect will. That's what it means when it says, humble yourself under the mighty hand of God. And I know from scriptures that God's will is always good, always acceptable, and always perfect. T stands for trust. Of course I have to trust, but my trust and my faith grows the more I understand God, the more I know him, and as I remember how he works for me. It says, cast your cares upon him because he cares for you. So as I stood there in the airport, I let my mind go through those letters, and I began to pray inside each one of them. Lord, remove this heavy burden of anxiety from my heart. You know what I need, but I am asking you to show me your graciousness, your compassion, your mercy. You can do a miracle. You can do what I cannot do. You can make a way so I can get on that flight. Here it is, Lord. I'm casting this upon you. I'm trusting that you will work it out. I can submit to you because you are my good shepherd. You can lead me beside the still waters. You can provide exactly what I need. You will be with me as I walk through this small trial. I know I tend to be a very proud person who wants to be in control. This is my weakness, and I confess it to you. Well, all the passengers were loaded. I thought, well, that's it. I better get a hotel room. And then they called my name. Oh, I was so relieved. I was so excited. I got one of the very last seats that somehow opened up. I think I continued to rejoice and thank God throughout the whole flight. I know this is just a small trial, and there are so many bigger, heavier duty trials that people go through. But I think the process is so good to remember. C-A-S-T. When I got home, I thought, I want to remember this so that I'm even better prepared for bigger trials in the future. I decided I'd make a memorial rock. I don't want to forget all the many, many times that God has provided for me because he cares for me.